This is Aaronite's fact sheet for off-site working. Should you require any additional information about this fact sheet or any other aspect of health and safety, please call Aaronite on 0207 947 9581. Firstly, let's look at the legal requirements as they apply to off-site working. Although the Health and Safety at Work Act and the Management of Health and Safety at Work regulations apply duties in relation to the employer's workplace, the duty of care also extend to where employees are working off-site. Where these sites present significant risks to safety and health, a risk assessment needs to be completed, together with associated work method statements and permits to work where appropriate. Let's look at the risk assessment process. A risk assessment should be carried out for off-site working to ensure, as far as is reasonably practicable, that all hazards at a client's site are identified and that the associated risks are reduced to tolerable levels. Firstly, in carrying out an off-site risk assessment, you need to take into account the work over which the employer has total control. Secondly, the inherent or common hazards of the site. And thirdly, the work carried out on the customer site, which are not in control of the employer. The next step is to identify the site hazards. This is aided by conducting pre-project site visits and by exploiting knowledge from previous site work. We then begin to assess and record the risks to safety and health. These are categorized by the general risk, control measures and work method statements that need to be put in place, the site-specific control measures and work method statements, and finally the off-site working and policy procedures. And there are a long list of these. For example, prior to visiting a customer's premises, any relevant risk assessments should be read and understood. We also need to obey the site safety procedures and instructions at all times, and any relevant personal protective equipment must be suitable and appropriate for the type of work to be undertaken. Once all of this information has been gathered, we can finally assess the risks, and as new information is received, we can review and amend those risk assessments as required. In the unfortunate event of an accident reporting is required. Injuries on site must be reported to the host immediately for first aid attention or recording in the injury accident book. For injuries on site, complete the company accident form and send to the company safety advisor or equivalent immediately. If an accident occurs away from the customer's site, complete the company accident form and send to the safety advisor immediately. Do not delay in reporting any of the above. Finally, we consider overseas working. Before traveling overseas, employees must either consult the human resources manager on relevant details on inoculations, travel advice and political state of the country being travelled to, or visit the Foreign and Commonwealth Office website for the latest health update. Further information can be found on the Aaronite website at aaronite.co.uk.